Hey everybody, Mrs. Bianchi. We're looking at 4A and 4B. June is making hamburgers in batches of 6. Hamburger buns are sold in packs of 8. What is the least number of hamburgers on a bun she can make with no leftovers? So, unlike the previous examples that we were looking at earlier, which we're talking about greatest number of, this is talking about least number of. So we have a couple of approaches that we can take. Since we are dealing with single digit numbers, listing out the multiples would not be horrible, and using prime factorization would also work just perfectly fine. So let's explore both strategies. If we're going to list out the multiples, see if I can straighten that out a little bit. We're going to list out our multiples of 6 and our multiples of 8. So 6 times 1 would be 6. 6 times 2 would be 12. 6 times 3 would be 18. 6 times 4 would be 24. 6 times 5 would be 30. 6 times 6 would be 36. Now you might be wondering, when can we stop? Well, we can stop when we find the product of the two numbers, which would be 48. 6 times 8 would be 48. So we know that 48 will be a common multiple, and that is a choice. But they want to know the least common multiple. And there may be a number that I have here in this lineup that's also on the list for 8. So let's start putting in our numbers for 8. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24. And you may realize that we have a match, right? Now we could keep going, right? We could say 8 times 4 is 32, and so on. But because we have a match that's the least number, then that's the one we're going to go with. All right, now that's part A. What about part B? It says June is making hamburgers in batches of 6, hamburger buns sold in packs of 8. We already knew that. Now they want to know how many packs of buns will she need to buy. So if they come in packages of or batches of 6 and we're buying 24, then we need to figure out 24 divided by 6 would be how many packs. So let's divide that. By the way, it's a good idea to label this thing because we never threw a label on there. We probably should. So the ones that are sold in bunches of 6 is hamburgers, and this is talking about the buns. So I'm just going to put a B next to that. So if we do 24 and we divide that by 6, then we're going to get the number of hamburgers. And if we take the 24 and divide it by 8, then we're going to get how many packs of buns we need. So go ahead and do that, and then look at the answer choices and pick the one that has the quotient. So remember, this first one is hamburgers, and the second one is buns. All right, good luck finishing that up.